Что с колеей? Кто она? Что происходит? Блять, нет, 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 не хочу, не хочу. Сама справляйся, не хочу. Да что, какой хая? Вы уже должны были 500 раз умереть. Не буду я. Делай сама.
When I heard that loud rumbling in the distance, I thought the shifting sands had bust open the gates to some ancient treasure vault. Turns out it was just you guys.
Я же заплачу. Как нам везет, блядь, сегодня.
Wait, that sounds like...
It's been a long while. Did you miss me?
Очень.
Jet! Batman!
Let's save the catching up for later. First, I gotta get you. This should be the right mechanism. There we go.
Костюмчик, правда, не тот, ну ладно.
Come on, let's leave this place.
Мама, 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 куда? Блядь. Бежим, подождите. Нам до вот этих вот всех романтичных сейчас моментов. Всего такого. Подождите, блядь. А что будет? Не хочу проверять. Я не буду смотреть назад, я не буду смотреть назад, я не буду смотреть назад, я буду бежать, я буду бежать. Я не буду смотреть назад. Ладно. Ну, в принципе, можем даже пешком пойти. Но лучше не надо. А Лилу Пар так и не нашли. Жаль. Или нашли.
Those Fatui sure made themselves scarce.
The Fatui? They came to the desert again?
Джех.
Yep. No idea what they're planning this time. They were being very coy about...
How have you been, Jet?
Well, since we last met, I've started my own band of mercs. We've actually made quite... Oh, yeah! On a slightly different note, I have some good news. I finally took care of Masira. Not much to write home about. It was just another day. He tried to talk me into saying his point of view, as usual. But I'm way past that by now. There was nothing he could say to save his life. What about you guys? Bet you've forgotten all about me and Ben, huh?
Of course not! We're super duper best friends!
А у нас есть время поговорить?
Sounds like I should make time to visit some other nations too.
Oh, right. Paimon almost forgot.
That bottle? Seriously?
Yeah! We need her power to calm the djinn, and here's hoping we actually manage to find her. After all the trouble we...
А поорать можно? А вот и шахматные фигурки. Мне кажется, это вот эта большая буря, это она. А что будет, если не закрыть этот квест?
Let's see. She should be around here somewhere.
Вот она!
What a long dream that was. It's been a while, my master. Oh, and you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. Imagine that.
Ё-моё! Они завершают Сумеру и всех нас собирают. Это очень мило.
After we last parted ways, I merged with the land beneath Gurabad to suppress the dark. It rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn. I fought against it for a long, long time. And once satisfied that that dark power could no longer bewitch the Jinn, why have you returned to Gurabad, my master? And why is my
Well, basically, Sumira is in danger and a lot of our friends are affected. So we managed to chase off the culprits, but we have
Child's play. I shall quell the Jinn and Thank you, Lilupar. No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial.
Она не такая вредная, оказывается. Я ее запомнила как очень вредную и мерзкую лампу, простите. Немножечко. Немножечко. Ой!
The sandstorm's gone. The sun shines bright again. When I said that we'd meet again under a lovelier sun, this was exactly how I imagined it.
Yay! Although honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more, even if the weather sucked. Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Sounds good. You can introduce us to your other friends.
Another adventure begins. Lovely.
Это слишком милая сюжетка.
The storms have stopped. We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now. Time to regroup.
Так тепло. Реально очень тепло на душе. Проходить это все. Она так прикольно ходит.
So, this is the Temple of Silence. I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but I never imagined it would be this big.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back into the desert?
Мне нравится
I don't
голос
know.
Лилупар.
This plan's even in King Deshret's day. This was experimental technology.
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal.
The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are to proceed, the scale of this project is enormous. Even with Kave, Faruzan, and every other scholar of mechanics working on it full-time, the proposal...
Кавик.
You're back. Everything all right?
Он так переживал, нет?
And who are they?
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence is. This guy's Kave, and the one next to him is Alhaitham.
Hello, I'm Jet, and this is Lilupar.
Oh, a famous name from the history book.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine, as they say.
О, такой.
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Still, I do trust the Traveler's judgment. I'm sure you're good people.
О.
The sandstorms have calmed down. I take it the Gurabad problem is resolved? What did you...
Мы встретили одного красивого мужчину.
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there.
Пайман не
Luckily, Jet
понравился
used the
мужчина.
mechanism outside to free us, and
Wow. Thanks for being there to help them.
So... This mystery...
yeah? Is
I assume you aren't naive enough to expect well deduced. Our commander, Dottore,
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big conspiracy?
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just the simple fact that having someone to shift the blame on... The most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort into this.
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you go.
Jet?
Aren't you with the Blazing Beasts? What a coincidence. Didn't expect to run into you here.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere. Who's this?
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the Temple of Silence?
Блять, сегодня вообще день встречи родственничков.
You bet we did. This place is incredible. So far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility.
Заколебались искать эту всю хрень.
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device and act. If these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be. However, this raises difficult questions regarding.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued it. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of.
Wait! Paimon has a question! Is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right? Some sort of prison where the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King are locked up.
Все, я вспомнил.
Well remembered. Yeah, according to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisans, working together. That being said, what Aru actually does and why it was built, those are deep secrets. Until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now is because we heard it from the Ibis King Thoth himself at his temple.
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first... Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King told us they were trapped...
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall? What obliterates love and hate? And what determines truth and falsehood? Those were the three questions, right?
Опыт.
Yeah. If only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King...
Not cry. Funny. She showed up here...
Huh?
Yeah. Had another lady with her, too. Both said they knew you.
Really? They came here to help out?
Yes, really. It was just... One of them said she's made Nod Cry her home. If she's the person...
Looks like betting on Aru was the right choice.
See? They're right over there.
Николь!
Nicole! Nefer!
А то, что не... о. Грустно очень. Кто там еще? Никого. Нефер. Да Торы такой слойный тут. Мне нравится. Красиво. Да. Погнали.
Why, hello! We're here to help.
Зайка.
It's a good thing we left early. We almost got locked out.
Locked out? What?
Oh, you haven't heard? No one can leave and no one can enter. Sumeru has...
Are the Fatui behind this too?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. Ice Ermin's soul is the source of Tevat's ley lines, after all. And so I imagine this function was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage. Prevent...
But doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other nations if...
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world.
Paimon, surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this tested my skill.
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely...
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought...
All I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to.
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss Nicole. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need.
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often, but that's where we angels come in. Our duty ultimately is to guide people, so I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions...
I refuse.
Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one another?
Nicole.
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be but I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands, the bloodshed...
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever.
In that case...
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, when the angels still walked freely upon the monotonous work, lukewarm relationships, things weren't human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, if Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, both love and hate are intense emotions.
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the... Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant. As much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win.
How much will you need? You're not gonna melt...
What do you think?
I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need,
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
That's all.
Oh, не ферзайка.
Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa!
And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job in your...
That was far more detailed than necessary. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned. What's Candace up to?
She is still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long.
Вы знакомы все или нет? Вопрос.
Oh, and sorry, hope we're not
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru.
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's.
We still have some time before we leave, so there's no rush.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by—
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I'm Dia, an Eremite mercenary.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with—
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might—
Huh?
Huh. Are my eyes—
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of—
What is it, Kale?
It's you. You're the voice who's been— You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon.
Mm-hmm. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one.
An angel?
Oh, Well, we're a rather long-living—
Yep. And she's also an amazing sculptor.
You could say she's a real creative type.
Well, ma'am, if both the traveler and—
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get— Just relax and be yourselves. No need to be—
Miss Nicole, if it's okay.
Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion. I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream? I can guide you to the truth. But it involves a personal—
А мы узнаем, что значит... А, понятно. Мы узнаем. Так, вы где? Здесь? Да, здесь.
I thought we were going to speak alone.
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed—
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean.
Closest friends. It's so nice to hear that.
All right. Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some— I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But anyway.
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malik—
What?
You don't seem surprised like the rest.
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the goddess— You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest— After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably— You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power. Really.
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one sense.
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get—
I guess you of all people have—
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis' Ba fragment.
Тигнар.
Let me guess. Because two's company, but three's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tiny.
Not my intention.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis.
Oh.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me.
Yeah, I know. So about that dream I had, was...
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans. Born with the instinct, though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining frag, the mother of dreams, lord of flowers and oases.
But I still don't understand.
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the... I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the... Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility, as this young man said. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the...
Да, мы можем уже пойти, а то я устала.
Time to put our plan into action.
Сколько это еще будет идти? Мы так сейчас в гробницу пойдем, а там еще где-то будет битва. Ой, блядь, начинается самое главное.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed...
Haven't you handled other big projects before?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the Palace of Alcazar.
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after the fact.
Ouch.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be...
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening. Now, go...
Да, пошлите уже, пожалуйста, пусть что-нибудь сделаем, я устал. Чё, где это? Да в смысле? Я уже в припрыжку туда бегу. Парузан? Подождите. Да, блядь.
Oh, Miss Nicole. I heard...
Oh, I don't know.
Honestly, even though Kasharawar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Kasharawar. So if they rate your work, that...
Who's we?
Myself and a few other scholars. Kashif, Daneshvar, come take...
Oh, well, if you
Whoa!
Look at the level of detail. It's the squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion, and the earth trembles.
Kave? Kave, come here for a sec.
All right, but hang on a moment.
You called? What is it, youngster?
This squirrel statue.
Oh, a squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out.
Oh, a hero? I suppose so.
I see. Well, do you tend...
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those.
Then perhaps the statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down inside. Also, on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger... I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. It has Kave.
Две бабки нашлись.
Sorry, Madam Faruzan, I'm a little busy.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic.
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great direction to explore. That's it.
Precisely. A declaration of victory. Then place the 2 statues face to face.
Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking.
Все, Николь, все, мы ее потеряли.
It'll be a masterpiece, Miss...
Just call me Nicole.
What? Oh, no. That wouldn't be right.
Why ever not? Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure in this day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical...
Honestly, I feel the same way. It's been a long time since I met anyone interested in this style of statue. Clearly, they... Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really... Sorry. Keeping watch over heroes? Oh, never mind.
Let's not tell Madame Farrozan about Miss Nicole's...
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation.
Такие котики. Так, мне куда?
Let's not tell...
Good idea.
What's wrong? Kale got a fragment of the goddess of flowers, and all I got was one of the 7...
That's what you're upset about?
Серьезно? Сайна. Лайл.
Oh, so many. But I've learned a lot that the textbooks could never teach me.
Это называется философия вроде как. О, Калия.
Paimon, thanks again for your note. You're welcome. Just let Paimon know if you...
А, все, больше не будет заметок. Объяснить. Мне кажется, это прикольно сделать. Блять, с тобой даже не поговорить. Ты закрылся в себе. Мне кажется, это сделано, потому что мы все позабывали к чертовой матери, и для того, чтобы было... О-о-о-о-о-о-о-о!
Good to finally meet you in the flesh. It's a little surreal seeing you here after exchanging letters for so long.
Sounds like you have some...
Any budding mercenary group needs a steady supply of intel. The Curatorium of Secrets is happy to cooperate with friends.
Can't say no to a solid partnership, especially out here, but cooperation's built on mutual trust. And there isn't much contact between the desert and Nodcry. What's behind your interest in the desert? Nostalgia? Or is there...
I like your style, Flame Mane. Actually, I had this same discussion with Jet. Were that to change, I wouldn't drag outsiders into a conflict that doesn't...
Well said. Taking responsibility for one's own affairs is the way of the desert folk. Huh. It's...
you sure that's a...
Absolutely. I'll take it.
Sure. I love working with no-nonsense people.
As do I.
Кстати, моделька Джехт — это моделька Нефер. Так, а чё, кто тут еще есть? Я знаю, я устала уже, но все-таки немного побегать и посмотреть внимательно, что мы тут еще имеем, стоит. Может быть, Лилу пар куда-то делать? Птичка пропала. Джим. Зря я, наверное. Стоило выйти, пока была возможность. О, Джек с нами идет. Прикольно. Это, кстати, старый скин у нее.
I hope everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly.
Да, мы... Я аж в припрыжку бегу. Ой, какой красивый свет, вы посмотрите. Он не идет. Уже не идет. Теперь вы меня не видите, но вы меня слышите. Цветочки! Как хорошо, что
We've
место
not seen
закрыто.
so many visitors ever, really. What is this? Closer inspection reveals many familiar faces. To what do we, dusty old fellow...
You surmise correctly. We are here to...
Oh, enormous, you say? How large, then? Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee and Crocco's faces. I know that laugh. Lilapar? What on earth are you doing here?
Oh, this is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come. When did you three get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings.
Why, you... Yes, I know, no need to shout. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving... It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important. Curiosity gnaws at you, doesn't it?
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle lady.
Time is of the essence. We come to you, O three ancient lords, to request your assistance as for precisely what we need your help with. It's a long story.
All right, stop arguing, Croco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting... But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final... Unless with the passage of...
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul. Liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world. But if you want them to tell you the truth...
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so.
Well, that's simply because it was my answer.
Can you guess which answer Al-Ahmar wanted?
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. It's the answer to all three of them.
Да.
All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. Only you once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is...
Time. Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to...
Катсцена? Ух ты, мать твою! Нихуя себе! О, а чё такие прикольные?
This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long, long time.
Вы чё теперь будете по цуням ходить? Твою чего? Что?
Are those 3 of the 7 pillars?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You three seem to be in...
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done... Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease.
Should we maybe introduce her?
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal...
Сила. А это... Мудрость. Угу.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can all...
You're like a helpless parrot.
А, у него красивый голос. Ой, Германубис такой красивенький. На собачку похож. Так. Власть. Прикольно. Мудрейший из мудрых.
Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness...
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was...
Fair point. I have to applaud...
And I must praise you for your wisdom. Now...
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us...
General
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never...
Every calamity throughout the ages has been...
Whatever is wrong with Irmin's soul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a...
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry. Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro...
You can help us make history too.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one can connect to Irminsul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it...
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his... Besides, I hear your reasons, but...
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the net. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we lend up?
Since you ask so nicely.
Naturally what? Are you for?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally.
Мне он напоминает Хайтама.
You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber
We do.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Desh.
We are sure.
If your minds are made up, very well. Saint Shezepank, Saint Bennu, once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Desh.
Давайте. О, как кошечка.
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating a...
Saint Shezepank, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Ah, Lord Herreshoff.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase.
Al-Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for...
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru...
Aru is the pride of Al-Akmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent...
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. A god without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for...
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7...
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you.
Huh? Can someone attest to this? Do we...
I ask the 3 kings.
Naturally, the Ibis King. Thoth...
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity.
Herreshoff, you diabolical fiend!
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision.
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around.
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than...
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could...
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit.
Да нормально все будет, нормально все сделаем.
Nevertheless, remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the golden slumber will return. To take this step is to bring the perfect...
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore,
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. It is just that many do not see it this way.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time, while the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile, by the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will.
Я вообще ничего не помню. Вообще ни хрена, ни капельки, ни чертиков. Что вообще происходит? Мы что-то тут делали, наверное, когда-то, да? Ого! Отец Джехт. Нет, пожалуйста.
Hey!
What's this? Are we on? No.
Нет.
Wait, it's...
Нет.
Here you are, through the sands of time.
Father.
Да идите вы в задницу, ну
Father.
вообще.
It's Chet's father, Jibril! That's right! He entered the...
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown.
You have to leave, don't you? Please.
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Samael, that the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of yourself.
Пиздец.
Father! Father! Father.
Hey, Jet. Do you...
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. The chance to see my father again meant he was trapped in the golden slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time...
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory. Goodbye, Father.
Пиздец, это, блядь, не сюжетка, это вообще какой-то кошмар в хорошем плане. Что здесь вообще происходит? О, крылья бабочек.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was. It seems we did a good...
We three retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this... Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but please and...
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must accept...
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru.
All of us? What does this have to do with me?
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by...
Amazing. With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not...
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidence.
Why, yes. I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
Все. 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 До сегодня все. Нет. Да, нет. Никакого. Блин, пацаны, вы такие смешные.
Ah, fresh air.
Naturally.
I have a sudden urge. I might have had some recommendations for you were this the past. But here and now...
I could not agree more.
Они слишком смешные. Oh.
As I thought. The so-called 7 pillars.
What do you mean? Not a fan of the boys' club?
As men, as individuals, and even as gods, they are entirely undeserving of my attention. Al-Akhmar once commanded me to select a king from among the people. So naturally my eyes will open.
Ugh. Can we talk about something else?
You think this is a mere story? Well, many would also say that the journey you Little girl, it appears that you really have grown. In the past, you would have flown...
Oh, it's nothing. Getting all pissed at someone for telling the truth is pointless. It only makes me...
This alone is proof enough of your growth. You're doing well, my dear girl. You're becoming...
You think so? I hope you're right.
Какое все милое тут. Блин, я не могу с них. Они настолько они прекрасны. Можно, пожалуйста, мы будем видеть их почаще. Они такие замечательные. А представляете, кто-то ведь не проходил сюжетку с котами, которая была. Это проблема. Что эти будут о чем говорить?
You must be Sethos, the six.
Yep. That's me. Never.
That's right. Started off in the desert.
Huh. Well, this is interesting.
Maybe I'm looking to make.
I like making friends too. I'm easier to talk to than some.
Which is why you came over this way, giving me the. I think you did fine. You were mindful of my attitude and hoped to
lure you in isn't exactly how I'd put it.
An invitation to what?
To put down your luggage. Lay down your burdens. To return to your homeland. And be true.
You're a more interesting heir to Bamun.
Since you're familiar with my grandfather, I'll assume you're aware of our situation. Not to mention the power you and I both hold.
Aha. There we go.
Do you hear that? Sounds like your
Huh. Classic.
Did you see her? She's a former Vahumana student who dropped out of the academia and went to Nodcry to work as an intel broker.
How can you tell? Do the Matra have
Some, but nothing telling. I'm basing it on the fact that she seems to be an expert liar.
A sixth sense for liars after investigating?
Yep.
A little earlier, in the corner, I noticed she gave some supplies to Jet and had...
She's meticulous and highly observant.
Besides, what was it you said? Making it to the top is no easy...
It's true. But she's not the only...
Sure, but what's to guarantee...
Don't worry. I have my methods.
Ah, I see.
Oh. Oh. Не так уж они и ругаются, ну чё вы. Они просто разговаривают как... Так, а нам выйти надо. Надо выйти. Все. Да, все. До свидания. Ну, потому что все, тут 3 часа я сидела, вы понимаете, это уже переизбыток. Это уже много, это уже очень много. Я уже типа, ну, это уже все. Это уже достаточно. Знаете, что сейчас будет? Сейчас я выложу это видео прямо сразу. Прямо сразу выложу. Мы с вами еще, правда, покрутим. Если у меня есть что крутить. Блять, в смысле нечего крутить? Каким хером вообще? Нет, есть. Извините, пожалуйста. Одна крутка, ладно. Николь, ради всего святого. Даже не фиолетовая, ну ладно. Чуть-чуть грустно, между прочим. Так, чуть-чуть совсем, знаете. Совсем немного. Сука. Я раньше проходила все за один раз. Все на месте. Горлавочка пустовала всегда. Катька, Тут вообще-то тебя сместить собирались с твоего места. Мужик какой-то бородатый.
Thank you for
Да, thank you. Так, что у нас по смоле? Блять, по смоле все плохо. Сколько надо потратить? Ладно, пойдем быстренько кого-нибудь побьем, а? Звучит странно, но именно так. Где какие-нибудь? Все, у меня уже башка не варит. Неважно где. Неважно где. Главное, чтобы близко было. Так, в Колумбине мы не ходим. Вот все. Сейчас быстро это все будет. Продолжение будет завтра, не знаю. Утром, вечером. Может быть, я утром пройду. Я понимаю, что я лучше сейчас вовремя остановлюсь. Потому что я уже ничего не чувствую почти что. Когда я бы сейчас разрыдалась на сцене с Джеффри папой, я просто настолько устала, что я уже не могу. Давайте я немного звук убавлю. Давайте. Давай. Иди сюда. Мне нет времени с тобой разговаривать. Раз, два. Ёб твою мать-то. Ты там наверх пойдешь.
Without further ado, like the dust.
As you like.
Приколдес. Так. И сейчас второй заход. И сделаем смолу. Я так часто поступаю. Обманываю систему. Ха-ха-ха.
Divine light, shield them.
Ой, как-то странно повернулось, но мне показалось. Почему его, а не его?
Stop that!
Stop that!
The sky's clear. The glazed moon shines.
Все? Отлично. Просто великолепно. Замечательно. Тадам, тадам, тадам. Убрать. Там просто как раз 5 дней получается, и можно будет побыстрее вот это все пройти. Только вот я сейчас думаю, где мне это все монтировать? На компе? На компе или завтра смонтировать? Нет, хочу сегодня выложить. Кто будет смотреть 3 часа этого? Какая разница? Тот, кому будет интересно. Да? Да, я тоже так думаю. Я надеюсь, у меня правильно все хорошо записалось, дорогие мои друзья. Вот. Так, что? Все? Yes. Что это такое? Какое, блядь? Что за испытание? Может быть, после этого? А я Яку. Этот набор не очень. Я бы хотела забрать их всех, но, увы, я забираю только этих.
The whole world shares the bounty.
Что, друзья мои, мы с вами
The skies,
прощаемся.
the rain and clouds that grace the earth
завтра
beneath.
у нас будет продолжение. 10 глава, представляете? 10. Как красиво это звучит. 10 глава. Вот. Прикольное ответвление. хотела сказать, это что Фату умер. Так, ну все.
The moon was never meant to be a foreign
Хорошего вам
realm.
вечера, хорошего вам дня. Я постараюсь выложить это пораньше. Встретимся в следующих выпусках. Пойдем пиздить до Торы. Хо-хо-хо. Ждите.